Janice, and thank you, Mark, for your presentation, because you left an area of special interest to me that'll give me an opportunity to focus, I hope, a little bit more specifically on some of the experiences that we have had in the City of Toronto. And as you all know, the City of Toronto is one of the most diverse cities in the world. It certainly is one of the most diverse cities in Canada. More than half of the people in my city were born somewhere else. And not just born somewhere else, but born virtually everywhere else. And they come from all over the world to live in Toronto, and they come with different experiences with policing. They come speaking an incredible multitude of languages. They come with different social backgrounds, with different faith traditions, different expectations of the police, and even different expectations of the law. And so one of the great challenges in a diverse city, but it is a challenge which we all face, is to ensure that there is diversity within our organizations and diversity of leadership within our organizations. And so one of the things that we set out to do in Toronto was not just simply to attract recruits into our organization which would reflect the genetic or the racial or gender or ethnicity of our city. And what we instead aimed for was a diversity of perspectives. Because if you are going to have a strong and resilient organization, if you are going to be able to serve a diverse community, we have to be able to see from their perspectives. And the police service that I joined 35 years ago was overwhelmingly white male. There were women in our organization, but not many, and we did not let them do most of the jobs in the police service. They had to even carry their guns in a purse, and they were very limited in their involvement and leadership in the organization. And diversity was represented by a very small minority of courageous individuals who joined a profession which was not often defined as a profession for them. And so the organization that I joined 35 years ago was made up of mostly men who had grown up in similar communities with very similar social norms, similar faith traditions. And there was not a lot of diversity in the perspectives of our police service. And that has changed dramatically, not only in Toronto, but right across Canada. And from my discussions with my colleagues around the world, it is a challenge that police leadership is facing everywhere. And so to meet that challenge in Toronto, we set out rather purposely to create a diverse workforce. And about 6 years ago, we set a goal for ourselves that 50% of all of the recruits that we hire, and we change about 5% of our organization each year, 50% of all of the recruits that we hire would be from two target groups, women and or visible minorities. And we did not put the emphasis merely on gender or racial or ethnic characteristics. We went looking for skills and competencies. We went looking for language skills. There are virtually, well, more than 100 languages spoken in my city. Today, members of the Toronto Police Service speak 80 of those languages.